Hey everyone, welcome to Phone Arena's in-depth video review of the Pantech Ease P2020, which is currently available right now through AT&T. It's a quick messenger device. Actually, it follows right after the Pantech Pursuit, which is their first touchscreen offering. This device, though, is geared towards the elderly thanks to its simplistic interface, which follows closely to the Pantech Breeze 2, which we checked out not too long ago as well. But at the same time, it's also a fantastic device for the youthful individuals out there who's looking for a nice text messaging device that has a lot of features. To tell you the truth, there really isn't too much to say about its design. It's nothing too spectacular, and it's pretty much what we expect out of Pantech's camp. It's a landscape sliding form factor. It's constructed primarily out of plastic, which doesn't make it feel pretty decent in the hand. At the same time, the back has this rubberized coating to give you a pretty good decent grip. It's somewhat a little bit thicker than most phones, but it's not overbearing. At the same time, it's pretty lightweight, and it feels pretty well balanced in the hand. The Pantech Ease sports a 3.2-inch touchscreen display which has a resolution of 240 by 400 pixels with support for 262,000 colors. As you can see, colors are quite magnificent. Same thing goes with the text, pretty clear, easy to read, no problems with that. When we did use the phone outdoors in bright light conditions, especially in direct sunlight, we had a hard time viewing what's on screen. Also, the resistive touchscreen is somewhat unresponsive at times when you're trying to move about the home screen. You got to really press down for it to register. Right below the touchscreen, you have your dedicated buttons, your send end, your back clear, and also the quick menu key, quick contacts actually, which allows you to choose 3 contacts to gain access to them quickly. They're all fairly well sized and have a pretty good response. On the left hand side, you have your volume rocker, and this time we're happy to say it sports a micro USB connection port, which is the first time that we've seen that on a Pantech device. On the right side, you have your camera button, your voice recognition, your lock and unlock. And on the back, you just have the 2-megapixel camera with speakerphone. When you remove the back cover, it gives you access to the memory card slot, SIM card slot, and battery. We definitely like the snapping mechanism of the handset. It's pretty solid. As far as the QWERTY keyboard is concerned, the keys are flush to the surface, but when you start peeling them out, you could kind of distinguish them as you put your fingers over them. They're oval in shape, pretty decent spacing in between. It might not have the most solid tactile feel, but it's quite usable, and we didn't find too many faults with it. Plus, the backlighting is bright enough to see in almost any lighting condition. The interface that's running on the Pantech Ease is actually quite similar to the one we saw with the Pantech Pursuit. Right now we have it on the advanced mode, which probably for those people that are pretty versed with cell phones. There's a little bit of personalization. You can put different icons, shortcuts, and even clock types. But as we switch over to the other mode, the Easy mode, which is geared towards mostly the elderly or older adults out there, it just makes the interface quite simplified. Pretty large text, very easy to read, very simplified and straightforward, as we said. On top of that, there are some specific tools like the pill reminder if you need that, and also something like a pedometer, which is can be quite helpful for some people out there. Overall, the interface is pretty smooth, pretty quick, no problems with that whatsoever. To tell you the truth, we weren't really impressed with some of the performance in some key areas on the Pantech Ease. First of all, it does pack on the Opera Mini web browser, but scrolling is a little bit of an issue just because of the unresponsive touchscreen display. When we used the device to take photos with the 2-megapixel camera, images weren't detailed, and on top of that, colors were lacking. It also has a maximum video capture of QVGA resolution, so they weren't really detailed as well. Thankfully, though, watching videos is a joy just because it didn't stutter, slow down. And music, although it did play smoothly, the speakerphone volume wasn't the best out there. We're happy to say that calling quality on the Pantech Ease was pretty excellent thanks to the speaker, which produced some strong tones that made our conversations very easy on the ears. Voices were distinct and clear and no indications of any background noise or static. But unfortunately, when we switched to the speakerphone, though, it didn't produce any strong tones, so it made it quite difficult to hear our conversations. Unfortunately, signal strength or bars, it tended to have one less bar than other similar AT&T phones that we had, and also it did drop a couple calls. For battery life, we managed to get 5 hours of talk time, which meets the manufacturer's rating. It's really difficult to find out exactly which demographic Pantech tried to cater this handset to. On one side, you have the youthful text messengers out there, which actually will probably cater most to this handset just because of its long listing of features, and its QWERTY keyboard, which makes a perfect fit for them, especially with its inexpensive price point. On the other hand, you have the elderly with its Easy mode, which simplifies the interface. It does kind of work in that aspect, but tell you the truth, just the amount of buttons on this handset probably confuse a lot of people who aren't really in tune with cell phones out there. So if you'd like to learn more about this handset or for all the latest cell phone reviews, news specs, and information, you can check us out at phonerena.com.